Hi guys, welcome to my workbench again. As you can see, there is another meter on the bench. I started that off, and there's a valve meter. As you can see, it's more or less finished on the front. I'll turn them around for you. So you can hear on the background, you can hear the winding machine running. You have to keep an eye on that as well. There we go. You can see the transformer where it's going to be positioned, our valve, our meter, our two switches. As you can see, everything is in place. The battery for resistance measuring is there. So I'm just constructing the transformer. I'll turn the camera a bit so you can see. I will zoom in a little bit, hold on. I have to be careful because I'm focusing. There you go guys, you can see the winding machine running, so it's about now at, have a look, 839 turns. So it should be 1650, so he has a little while to go. So as you can see, we are in the process of getting that transformer done. If the transformer is done, then we have to calibrate the meter. So that is something for something later. So, okay. So I go back to the meter now, okay? So, nope. That's stupid, wasn't it? It'll come up now. Anyway guys, I tried to tell you something about it. So, our resistors for measuring the voltages are on the back side here. Those resistors here are for current metering, so up to 1 amp. And this part here on top here, you can measure voltages plus, measuring voltage minus, measuring resistance. So turn them around, it's perhaps easier. So I put the switch to the left, it is minus voltage metering, plus metering resistance, current plus, current minus. So and as you can see, you have 3 different parts: current, resistance and voltage. So we have here 1 volt, 10 volt, 100 volt, 1000 volts and so on and so on. Okay, resistance metering is also on that switch. Anyway, that is the zero for zeroing the meter for voltage, and this is zeroing the resistance. So that's all there is to it. So as you can see, I will carry on now, and hopefully I can get it done before tonight. By Shabbat is near, so 6 o'clock Shabbat starts, and then we're not working. So anyway guys, to try to get that transformer finished, but I doubt it. Welcome back guys. Well guys, several days are passed now, because I was some serious problems with this meter. Not say per se on the making of that thing, how I should say, the schematic is perfectly alright, but I run into some problems anyway. I think that is usual the case of making a meter. I had the same problems, several problems with the other meter I made for on the bench, where you can do your measurements with and so on and so on. Anyway, I'll tell you something about it. Anyway, the first thing what I, because I didn't pay attention, that's more or less what it comes down to. This switch here, the second wafer was turned around. So absolutely turned around on the back side. So I was assuming that that was the same way, but it wasn't. And consequently, all the connections I made, say from the front, what I thought was on the back side was the same, wasn't. So I didn't read anything, so that meter didn't want it to work, and so on and so on. So I discovered then by closer investigation that was the case. So I had to undo the lot, not to say remove the wire per se, but I had to move it around. So, and all the resistors were on the back for making the measurements from 1 volt to 1000 volts and so on were on the wrong contact. So I had to move it all over. So I did that, and I made some measurements on the front, so you have resistance, you can measure that on the entrance. The highest resistance is 10 meg, and then go down, steps down to 1k or something like that. Anyway, I had done that, so that was correct. And I thought, well, that's correct now. Yeah, didn't work. Anyway, there's certain settings on the meter I'll show you. Oops, say here. Hold on, turn around a bit, get my stuff out of the way. So I have so much rubbish on my bench, I can't even turn around anymore. So we start to irritate me. Well, I have to adjust the exposure a bit. Yeah, I'll refocus a bit. Anyway, you can see that same switch, you can see plus, E plus, that is the positive, this terminal is positive. You turn it that way, the polarization is reversed, so that will be negative then. Anyway, by turning this switch that way, that meter went bonkers that way. So that didn't work too well. And I was investigating that as well, and according to the schematic, the cathodes of the double triode are insulated from chassis, so it is galvanically separated. So I had to turn them on again. So I had to make down there, let's have a look, you can see it properly. I'll refocus again. With the Dremel, I did cut across that copper layer. I thought I had done that, and I checked the whole lot. I checked all the connections and so on and so on. It took quite some time, and I discovered I didn't make a mistake. And still it didn't work. So I was thinking, well, I've tried it, I tried that, everything. Tried another valve. Then I discovered that this valve socket was not good. The connection wasn't good. So I had to remove that socket as well. So I had to reconnect all together. Then I didn't think, well, it will work then. It didn't work either. It was the same result. I was looking for where I made the mistake. I couldn't find one. And well, I went to bed that evening, and I was thinking about it. And in the morning I thought, well, I'll have a look again, and then it caught my eye. I was on that cut across what should separate it from chassis was a little sliver of copper still there. So I removed that sliver of copper, and then it was galvanically decoupled from that, so it was separated, and then the meter did work. Hey, I was very pleased. So I had to adjust the pots here. Yeah, and then yeah, the meter was working. So it took me a while, a couple of days to figure out. Then the connections on the meter were reversed. What also was reversed was the battery for the metering of the resistors. That was reversed, so you ask yourself how it come. Well, sometimes in schematics then they say the white part is ground, and then the other schematic you find out it is positive. So in this case it was positive to ground. Anyway, so I turned that around, and now we are in the position where we are now. So anyway, guys, long story, but successful. We turned it around, the meter around again. There we go. Put them on, switch them on. And the first thing I want you to see is the measurements you can make with this meter. Yeah, you see the meter working. It went down to the left a little bit. I let them warm up a little bit. So yeah, I did try everything. So that is voltage. There's another thing I have to address. This is this sensitivity here. That I have to address that. Well, I think I have an idea where that's coming from. It's induction from the transformer. I think that's what it is. See, it's induction from the transformer. I have to get rid of that. So I let them warm up a little bit, and I will zero them with this pot here. It's 0 volts. So I have a 9 volt battery, and I did measure that battery. It's 9.4. Sorry, that was a bit much here against the tripod. Anyway, so I did that. So I will show you. You see the meter responds to I pick up the lead. So I think it's the induction, but there again I'll go after that. I will find out where that's coming from. So that will be gone soon. Anyway, guys, I will show you this 9.4 on the meter. There you go, 9 volt battery, 9.4. There you go. So that scale is okay. Now I put in a 1.5 volt battery, and I will show you that as well. It's 1.2, something like that. So that's correct as well. So I had another. And say I put them on 100 volts, and then you know, that's irritating me. That is responding to this. That's irritating me. Anyway, that is 9 volts. That's approximately correct. So that scale is not completely well. 100 volts. This is not really important. So but it has something to do. Anyway, with the scale, so it has to line up, so I have to investigate still. Well, then we can go to resistance measuring, and I have down here, I don't know if you can see this, I'll turn around a little bit, hold on. There you go, I have a couple of resistors here. The scale of that resistance metering I don't have. That in the past they had a kit. They made a kit of this, and I put them on resistance, and I will short the leads. Hold on. I will short the leads, and that's easy. I didn't connect them up yet. All resistance. And zero them again. Hold on. You zero now there and then there, and I will zero them down now as well. There we go. Okay. Now we are at setting 1K. I don't have the scale, so I took 470 ohms and for 4.7k, as 47k, a 470k, and a 4.7 meg. I put them on 1k, so I will take my resistor of 470 ohms, put them on there. You see, the only thing you do is what you have to do is notice the position where he is in. I have to make that scale, so that is same as 470 ohm, okay? That should be 470 ohm. We go on one up, 10k, then we go at 4.7k. So it has nearly the same position. Then we go up to 100, that's 47k. It should be at the same position. He's at the same position. Then we go up to 100k. Then we do that again, hold on. There's a bit of difference, see? There's a bit of difference. But I have to check this. Yeah, it's not completely zeroed. That's probably what it is. You have to re-zero the meter, okay? I'll try that again. Yeah, so see approximately the same position he's getting out to. So I put it on to 1 mega ohm of 10 mega ohm. And you have a look. 4.7, so a bit lower, you know. See what that is. Yeah, that's very sensitive, eh? Yeah, it's approximately. You can see the meter arrives nearly at the same position. So that is it. It will take some doing, I suppose. Let's have a look what's going on. Let's have a look at this. What he's doing. So that influenced my reading as well, you know. So it's probably, if I keep my, I tried to do it without my fingers. Yeah, he is approximately at the same point, so anyway, it will, you have to adjust that. Anyway, so I have to make a scale, you see this, and put them back on. That's good. See, it's still warming up. So I get that same resistor back. Yeah, I think it will be nearly as good. You see, you can see all those resistors are giving about the same diffraction. So that's good, isn't it? Anyway, guys, you can see that meter is working. And the only thing we have to address is this. If you touch this, you shouldn't do that. So I think it is induction. It is induction, to be honest with you. You put them zeroing again and you let them go. See? He's reacting to that. Anyway, we have to address that, so we get rid of that. Basically this meter is working. This amp meter is working. I have to try that. No, I didn't try that yet. Anyway, you don't have to switch on the meter for that. So we can separate it from the rest. You can just use this amp meter. It's also up to 1 amp, or something up to 1 amp, 200 microamps up to 1 amp. I didn't put it on there, so I will put that on my scale. So I have to make that, so that it won't be easy short. Anyway, guys, you can say this making of this meter is successful. I'm very pleased with it. So we will a few things what you have to address to get it all properly done. So anyway, I have a nice second meter on my bench. Anyway, I'll turn them around once more for you. Get them out of the socket before we get some shock. Oh yeah, you get some shock here, we don't want a shock. But be careful with them. Show my resistors on the floor. Anyway, guys. And there you go, guys. Oh, focus a bit. Okay. Anyway, you can take it in, and it is possible to make a meter like that. You can see that for yourself. You had to put the diode here as well. Have some fuses in it, double fuse. I will rond glasslinger. Always put a fuse in there. Well, I'll do one better. I'll put 2 fuses in there. For once, I will protect the transformer with this fuse, and secondly, I will protect the transformer with that fuse. So all the stuff, all the rectification, from this point, the rectification takes place with the diode. When something happens behind that diode, this fuse will go. It will protect the transformer. So I will protect the transformer on one side, I will protect the transformer on the other side. So anyway, guys, transformer is did wind myself, so I wind all my transformers myself. Because if you have to buy them, well, you're in for a shock. So I buy the metal from a factory and the coil holder. I don't know what you call that, the former. Anyway, I buy that, and I buy the copper wire. There's an investment, copper wire. Anyway, you have to do that. There's a big wall, so you can go donkeys with that. And then you can wind your own transformers as you like. So this one I had to put a 47k resistor in there. According to schematic, it's only 10k. I had miscalculated the transformer. The square root voltage. So if you put 200 volts, say primary, the square root is 45 volts. So that gets added to it. 245 volts. That's exactly what this meter requires. So I made 245 voltage alternating, and you get that square root to it, 45 volts, and you is getting at 300 volts. So that's a bit too much. So I put in a bigger resistor in there, so that the voltage went down to 245 volts or something like that. What is required for that meter. Okay. Yeah, chaps, that is about all I have to tell you. But the next thing we're going to do now is to finish off the cabinet of the box, as one would say. I will solder, get some strips, show you how you do that. You have here some strips. Now you have to cut them off like that, so about this width, 1 centimeter. I don't work in inches, sorry about that. So I will cut the screw strips. I will get one of this in front, so turn them around like that. Get one in front, and I will put that strip there, for instance, and I will get this on top, and I'll solder that and take that away. Then you have that room up there, so that thing gets on top of it, and then you drill the holes and then solder the nuts on this side, solder on then, so you can screw the whole cabinets together. Okay, that's you have to do that, and I will do that all the places. And then put a few little balls in there, and then it should be okay. And then making a slide in that or a hole in that to get that lead in. So that's the only thing. I think I'll take that to the side. So I'll see how to see that. Perhaps I'll just drill a hole and get the plug off there, and just feed them through. that should be okay. Anyway guys, so I'm going to try next is to get a bit of the induction. So when I touch the filament contact here, he does the same thing. So I have a fair idea that must be induction, so I have to get rid of it somehow. I have to get rid of that. So I did try to get them grounded on earth. Doesn't have much effect anyway. Not the effect I wanted to, so he shouldn't respond to that anyway. Anyway guys, that's so far so good. That will be it. This video is finished, and I will see you on the next project.